Blood dripped down his chin in slow, deliberate beads. My son's eyes, wide, wet, not from the pain, but from the shock, locked on mine. The living room was silent except for his breathing, shallow, uneven. Across the room, a man I'd never seen before stood with his fist still curled, his knuckles pink from my son's skin. His chest rose and fell like he'd just done something necessary, like he'd convinced himself he had the right. And then her voice, flat, spitting. "He deserves more." I didn't move, didn't speak. The words hit harder than the punch. My hand went to my pocket. Keys. I crouched to lift my boy, his weight a reminder of every moment I'd failed to protect him. I was halfway to the door when another hand, old, dry, but strong, snatched the keys from me. "You're not going anywhere," her father said. He stood between me and the door like a guard dog. I looked at him and smiled. That's when he noticed what was in my other hand. 3 weeks earlier, I'd noticed the shift. She'd stopped meeting my eyes at breakfast. Her phone never left her hand. Her laughter, when it came, sounded rehearsed. But it wasn't just her. My son had started avoiding the kitchen when she was there. He'd eat in his room, his door locked, the sound of his video games turned up just a little too loud. I'd asked him once. He'd just shaken his head. "It's nothing." But his voice had that hollow, automatic tone kids use when they've already given up on being believed. I didn't push. Not then. Then came the smell. Not hers, his. Cologne I didn't own. Strong, overpowering. It clung to the couch cushions, to the edges of her scarf. I started watching. How her texts came faster when I wasn't in the room. How she'd linger near the gate before coming inside, as if stalling for someone. I told myself it was nothing, that I was imagining it. But the truth was already taking shape in my mind. It started small. A name I overheard once on her phone. Danish. I searched her call logs when she showered. There it was. Regular, frequent, long. I found a bank transaction. 2 tickets for a concert I didn't know she liked. The seats were side by side. Not cheap. I called the venue, pretended to be her assistant. They confirmed the reservation. She'd already picked them up. The worst was my son. I saw it in his face every day. His shoulders tense whenever she spoke. The way his gaze dropped when she touched his arm. I noticed the bruises once, faint on his forearm. He said he fell. He didn't. I began keeping notes. Times, dates, locations. I didn't confront her. Confrontation is messy. Evidence is clean. One night, she told me she was meeting a friend for dinner. I followed her. She didn't notice me parked half a block away. I watched her walk into a restaurant with him. A man with that same overpowering cologne. His hand on her back like it belonged there. My phone camera caught everything. The final piece came from my son. It was late. He knocked on my door, his voice low. He hit me before. I kept my face still. Inside, the world tilted. "Who?" I asked, though I already knew. He gave me a name, the same one I'd been tracing for weeks. I ordered a background check. His history was exactly what I expected. Violent incidents, all resolved quietly. Restraining orders filed, then withdrawn. When I showed her the report, she laughed at first. Until she saw the photos I'd taken, her smile froze. "You've been watching me?" she asked. I didn't answer. Back in the living room, her father's hand still clutched my keys, his knuckles white. "You're not taking him anywhere," he said again, more firmly this time. I looked at him, really looked. He was sure he had me trapped. Then his gaze dropped to the slim, black rectangle in my hand, my phone, recording. Every word, every drop of blood, every admission. I tilted it so he could see the red light. And then I stepped forward, close enough that he could smell the steel calm in my breath. "This," I said quietly, "goes to the police. Tonight." I took my keys back. He didn't resist this time. She tried to speak, but the sound came out small. I didn't look at her. The hospital lights were harsh, sterile. My son sat beside me, stitches neat, his eyes tired but calmer now. The nurse asked if we needed the police. I smiled, just slightly. Already handled. On the way home, I didn't think about her face when she realized her control was gone. I didn't think about the man who hit my son, or her father. I thought about silence, about how good it felt when the noise finally stopped. When we pulled into the driveway, I didn't go inside. I handed my son his bag. "Go to your room. Lock the door." Then I walked away. Not fast, not slow. And for the first time in weeks, I didn't look back.